So, first we have very different reasons for participating in this project together. My problem that I had that I wanted to create something was I thought I was going to be making art the entire launch. I thought that's what I came here to do. I thought it would be really inspiring to me, and I truly did struggle with the creative block, and that's something that hasn't really happened to me in a long time. So it not only did it take until like the 9th week of being here that I actually felt inspired to create something, but I got to do it with Nick, and every time I brought it up to him, he actually had a full-blown anxiety attack because that's not something that he's necessarily familiar with. And I also, in the last couple of weeks, I like to call an existential identity crisis because I felt like I was out of touch with myself. And art, there is a certain level of self-awareness and also having the ability to share that with other people. So that was why I was interested in doing this.
And then my problem was more or less, I have felt like a lack of creativity has been present within my life. I love art, but I've only ever been comfortable with doing like performing ceramics, and any other medium has absolutely terrified me. So like she said, I would have a lot of anxiety every time this topic was brought up, so I thought it'd be good to work on that. And that brings us to the process.
Okay, so we'll show you what we have done, and then I'll kind of go over the process in which we did it. So we thought that we would kind of revolve our artwork around ourselves because we are learning a lot about ourselves, and it's self-directed learning, and what's more interested in it than ourselves. Like we just thought it would be really cool to kind of focus on our individual interests. So our process kind of started with us researching images and looking for different things that we felt really explained our personalities or things that we held close to our own identity. And then we printed them out. We used oil-based markers, paint markers, and then we collaged it into something that we ended up being very proud of. They're very different. Obviously, you can see both of our personalities in them, but at the same time, they're pretty cohesive, which is pretty cool. So we'll pass them around, and obviously, if anyone has any interpretations, feel free to ask.
Any questions or interpretations are open.
Yeah, they are very personal to us, but they ended up being really, like, I don't know, you could probably pull a story from them if you really wanted to. But yeah, it was really fun to work on. We did most of it yesterday, and it's kind of interesting seeing how like you go into it thinking, oh, I like this and I like this, but afterward, I know I actually particularly got emotional because I don't know if I was subconsciously like thinking about things that I haven't thought about in a long time, and that ended up being expressed through my artwork, and I think that's ultimately like the purpose of art sometimes.
And there was like a lot of challenges that would arise, like personally, like finding every image that we put on there. That actually took us a lot longer than expected.
Yeah, finances.
Finances, especially getting all the supplies.
Yeah, we had a.
Well,
that was
yeah, that was hilarious. But yeah.
Questions?
Chris?
Well, you said like essentially the art to you tells a story about like your own when you are. This is, at least from one perspective, this was entirely the unexplored field you entered into. Art is typically very subjective, so the story the rest of us see might be a bit different. Like, what sort of story did you feel you were writing or painting in when you were creating?
I think we can both. We both kind of had a similar motive in entering into this. We wanted to explore our inner child and moments that we felt happy and moments that we felt sad and moments that we felt most confident. And I think that's kind of what we were targeting. That's kind of what we had in the back of our minds when looking up certain images. And does that answer your question?
And then like for me, it was just the story was really unknown. She was just helping me out, picking out like pictures and images that were personal or that just like felt important to me. And then once I like started like cutting things out, that was when I like had to figure, all right, how am I putting this together? And then all of a sudden, ideas just started flying. I was like, okay, I got an idea.
So without having seen them, can you guys give a little insight into what some of that inspiration within the artwork was?
Yeah. So for me, the hair was waves, and I have a love for the ocean, as well as there's like 2 sea turtles on there, an octopus tentacle. And then ever since I was like a little kid, I was in love with space and like travel exploration. So there's like some space vibes going on in it, obviously, and like things just started flowing together, and I like just put up like the idea that like I was my own world, my own universe. So there was like a whole story with little stories in a picture.
With mine, I think it kind of look like an alien in it a little bit. But I think it kind of touches base on a lot of things very personal to me, particularly my journey of spirituality and kind of how I came from a Christian Catholic family and how I kind of strayed away from that, but I still hold that close to my heart and my values, but I'm personally not very religious. But on there's Virgin of Guadalupe and the Flaming Heart, as well as some other elements that I don't know if anyone was able to pick up on, but it also kind of speaks on, what I was like as a child and how my inspirations haven't really changed that much. There was a period of time where I really wanted to change myself and where I focused more on, black and white and very clean, and like I wanted the aesthetic of myself to be simple and not chaotic, because somehow I think psychologically that was helping me like keep stray away from my anxiety and things like that, if that makes sense. But as you can see, I don't know, you'll see in a few minutes that it's very chaotic in there. There's a lot of color, and I think that's kind of the true essence of myself. There's a lot of chaos, whether it's mental or emotional, but I've learned to be okay with that.
Great.